The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for all your photographic needs. Senior portraits, family portraits, sports, and more. Visit Daryl online at darylbarnes.com.
Back to the Hinkle Holiday Classic. I'm Patrick here, and alongside me is Logan Frantz. We got the Consolation A Championship coming right at you. Barrington taking on Grayslake Central. Barrington beat Crystal Lake South 51-36 to get to this one, and Grayslake Central beat Peyton Prep 55-45 to make this game. Well, this game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. And Barrington Central will start off with the ball. It's still in double A. He's got it. So pass it over to Marion Coleman. Double A. Over to Bolins for three. Hits off the back of the rim. Lands right in the hands of Damian Zivic of Barrington. Over to Keenan. Back to Zivic. Over to Aaron Zarkar. Dylan Keenan. Gets it down low to Zarkar. An easy 2 points for him. Fummeling will take it. He'll pass it to Rogers. Just to Hardy. Dummeling. Behind the back pass. And an offensive foul is called. Now we have some time here. We're going to go through the starters of Barrington. We got number 5, Damian Zivic, number 10, Aaron Sarkar, number 15, Connor Groom, number 30, Dylan Keenan, and number 34, Connor Keenan.
And the lineup for Grayslake Central, number 3, Dylan Dumanlang, number 14, Daniel Rogers, number 20, Marion Coleman, number 23, Ethan Bolins, and number 25, Grant Hardy.
Keenan will pass it over to Zivic. Zivic, get back to Keenan. 2 Keenans, 2 brothers, actually. Aaron Sarkar. Over to Zivic. Zivic to Sarkar down low. A little bit too far to the left. It's Zivic. Zivic driving in with his right. Switches. Pass over to Groom. Groom's pass intended for Zivic deflected, I believe, by Ethan Bolins of Grayslake Central.
Big possession here by Barrington, holding onto the ball a lot and trying to generate some points.
Groom tries driving in, is immediately stuffed by 2 Grayslake Central players as they'll take it up. That's Ethan Bolins. Passes down low to Hardy. Hardy with a weird-looking shot. Rings around, does not fall. Groom over to Zivic. Zivic stops his dribble, chips it over to Zarkar. Zarkar to Keenan. Keenan drives in, turns around, stops his dribble, gives it back to Zivic. Shot deflected, by Bolins. Grayslake Central ball. Hardy. Dumoulin down low, layup, little floater, will fall for 2. One thing about this Grayslake Central team, it's always been Daniel Rogers and Grant Hardy. I called it the Rogers and Hardy show, because they're the 2 players who have become quite the threat for this Grayslake team. Rogers has 46 as a penalty is called, or foul. Rogers has 46 points. Hardy has 11 twos, 9 for 14 at the line. Rogers works both in and out and beyond the arc, while Hardy works down low. Zivic Turnaround fade. It's good.
We saw Zivic play on Monday, and he had an incredible game, and he can shoot from 2, he can shoot from mid-range, he can shoot from 3 points. He can shoot from basically anywhere, and he's just a great all-around player.
Cohen's pass intercepted by Keenan. He goes up for the left-handed layup, and that will fall for 2. Dylan Keenan scoring his first 2 points of the game. Stumbling with it. He'll take it slowly up court, past the Golden Eagle. Gets it, gives it to Coleman. Coleman from the wing for 3, hits off the front of the rim. Goes out of bounds. Barrington ball.
Looked like Sarkar may have gotten a hand on that one at the very end. The ref must have saw it differently, but
in for Grayslake Central is number 14. Oh, excuse me, he's been in the entire game. That's number 30, Tyler Tiffany. Sarkar stops his dribble, gives it to Zibak. Gonna take a little second here and apologize for the score being up. We're encountering some technical difficulties. Aaron Sarkar takes it 3, hits the front of the rim, too short. Stumbling. Try driving in with his right. Stop, throws it cross. Over in the corner is Keenan. Excuse me, that was Tiffany. Stumbling with it. Pushes off the shot. It's good.
And they actually ended up on the ground after that shot.
That's Zivic with it. Give it to Groom. Groom to Keenan. Two Grayslake Central players collide and a penalty foul is called. Barrington will inbounds it. We'll give it to Zivic. Zivic with it, driving in with his left. Turnaround shot does not fall. Pass intercepted by Groom. He'll take it up. Get out to the corner is Zivic. Zivic down across court to Sakar. In is Groom. Layup, no good. It's Bowens with it. Bowens to Hardy. He comes in, tries to put the two-handed slam. He fails. Hands right into the hands of Zarkar. They'll take it out, driving in with his right. Passes down low to Groom. Easy layup for 2.
Hardy looked like he got a little too much in that dunk attempt. Really wanted to put it through and just couldn't connect.
Dumoulin will give it to Tiffany. For 3. Was Rogers, that missed. Ball will roll out of bounds off the Grayslake Central player. It'll be Barrington ball with 2 minutes and 41 seconds remaining. Score of 8-3 in favor of Barrington.
Now, Patrick, you mentioned how much you love Grant's jerseys in the last game. I really like Barrington's in this one.
I mean, you can't go wrong with white. White and red, that's a good combination. I'll give it to you for that one. Keenan to Keenan. Dylan Keenan backing up. Driving in with his right. He'll try to go for the shot. A foul is called. So he'll go to the line for 2. Barrington is a 70% free throw shooting team. Grayslake Central is at 73.7%. He'll take his first free throw and that'll land. In for Barrington comes number 24, Nate Bolt. And in for Grayslake, number 10, Griffin O'Gordon. As Keenan will make his second free throw. Extends Barrington's lead to 5. Dumoulin gives it to Bowens. Bowens to Hardy. O'Gordon finds Bowens. Back to Tiffany to Hardy. Hardy Dumoulin. Oh, had a wide open 3, decided not to go through with it. Hardy from mid-range, no good. Rebounded by Connor Groom. Still looked to take it in. He almost lost his dribble, so he'll give it to Dylan Keenan. Will Kudzinski's in for Barrington. It's Groom carrying it. Gives it to Sarkar. To Dylan Keenan. Drives it in, gives it to Groom. Wide open three, that does not fall. The putback by Zivic does fall, however. It's Sarkar for 2.
Grayslake Central needs to find a way to get some offense going. Dumoulin is all 5 of their 5 points. They need to try and get Grant Hardy involved.
So Gordon for 3, that will not fall.
3-point shooting been a weakness for Grayslake Central all throughout the tournament. Only 17 threes all tournament.
Dylan Keenan drives in. Layup is nowhere close to the rim as Dumoulin will take it up. 45 seconds left in the first quarter. Go Gordon. Give it to Dumoulin. Over to Tiffany. Now has it as Bolins. Bolins for 3. That does not fall. Brzezinski with the rebound. Grayslake Central struggling from behind the arc. I put them down as a strictly inside team. 62s in comparison to their 17 threes. Barrington's milking out that clock for their final shot. Connor Groom will hand it over to Grzyzinski. Grzyzinski to Sarkar from the corner. The 3 is good. Dylan Keenan with his first 3 at the buzzer.
Seen a lot of buzzer-beating threes today. A couple from Prairie Ridge. I believe Streamwood had one in the last game. And now Barrington picks this one up.
All right, we played 1 quarter. Barrington leads 15-5. Be right back after this break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Welcome back to the Hinkle Holiday Classic. I'm Patrick here, and alongside me is my good friend Logan Franz. This is our final game of the tournament we'll be calling, so it's quite bittersweet. But we've seen a lot from Barrington. They're up by 10 points. Before the second quarter, actually, we're going to go see a replay, a custody and cooling replay. That buzzer-beating 3. Logan, what do you see?
Keenan was actually fairly open for being a buzzer beater. All they had to do was cover him for one more second, but he saw the open opportunity and took it.
And thanks again to our sponsor, Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Connor Groom taking it up for Barrington. To give it to Sarkar. Sarkar looking. Tries to find someone. Finds Groom. Groom back to Sarkar. Had somewhat of a lane open. He can't. Who comes in himself? Left-handed layup. A pushing foul is called, and so he'll go to the line for 2. Sarkar has 4 points in the game so far. And that's Grayslake Central's 5th foul of the game. And it'll hit off the top front of the rim and not fall.
Talked earlier about Barrington's free throw shooting, 70.1%. Grayslake Central actually a little better with 73%. So these are going to be even more crucial, especially in the later parts of the game.
And Sarkar will make his first free throw of the game. Couple substitutions coming in for Barrington. Charlie Loomis, who's now in. It's Coleman. Coleman to Tiffany. To Dumoulin, Hardy down low. Backs up, lofts it up, no good. And a over to back foul is called. Barrington up by 11, 16-5 with 7 minutes and 21 seconds remaining in the third quarter. Second quarter, excuse me. And a stoppage of play. So they're trying to find some way to dry up the bottom part of the court. So the ref just did a beautiful kick of the towel there. Must have had some kind of soccer experience in his life. O'Gordon. Lofts it up, pass intercepted by Dylan Keenan. Still taking it in himself. Little swim move there. Easy layup. Dylan Keenan, his first 2 points in the second quarter. 7 minutes and 10 seconds. Barrington up by 13 now, 18-5. Dumoulin will pass it to O'Gordon. O'Gordon looks, tries to drive in, nothing. Player is covered. It's Tiffany with it to the Hardy. Hardy looks to drive in, gives it to Dumoulin instead. Barrington bench getting fired up now, trying to get in the heads of Grayslake Central. Dumoulin will take it, passes to Coleman. Coleman now has it, gives it Dumoulin. Dumoulin drives in with his right, stops his dribble, turns around, gives it to Hardy. Hardy to O'Gordon. O'Gordon's now trying to drive in. He'll throw it up. Nothing. The rebound is taken by Loomis. So give it over to Damian Civic. Civic with it. Give it to Loomis down low. That pat hand just got blocked by Grant Hardy. Grant Hardy using his 6'7" height. He'll tower over both of us if we get the chance to interview him.
Standing tall at 6'7", all he has to do is just put a hand up and he'll block that one. You know who he reminds me of?
Who?
Reminds me a little bit of Vince Miskovich, if you saw him.
I remember him from last year.
You remember last year.
Just towered over everyone. That pass is intercepted by Dumoulin as he'll take control of it. Martinez with it. He's in now. Zola Martinez. Give it over to Coleman. Coleman to Hardy. Hardy drives it in to Martinez. Pass too high. And we have a Custom Heating and Cooling replay coming at you. We'll have Logan break it down for you.
So he's looking for a place to go, and he'll just find, that was number 11, Charlie Loomis crossing.
Grant Hardy extends his hand, blocks it down. Aaron Sarkar will hand it off to Keenan, Dylan Keenan. Says Loomis with it. Now Keenan again. Keenan to Sarkar. Back to Dylan Keenan. Over to Loomis. Loomis down low to Zivic. Fades back. And nothing but nylon for Damian Zivic, his 4th point of the game.
Great
Coleman will
shot there by Zivic.
Receive the inbounds pass from Zola Martinez. Dumoulin has it. Give it over to Bolins. Back to Martinez. He just couldn't handle it, but recovered. So look to drive in as a push is called on Barrington.
And this will be Grayslake Central's first trip to the line today. And as we mentioned before, 73% from the free throw line this tournament.
Barrington has a commanding 15-point lead. If you're Grayslake Central, you capitalize on these free throws. We want to find a way to inch your way back in. And Nate Bolt comes in for Connor Keenan. Barrington. Miller from the line, excuse me, that's Martinez. He'll make the second for his first point of the game. Sarkar with it. A crossover move. Down low to number 24. Bolt. And Zivac with it. We'll give it over to Dylan Keenan. Keenan passes it to Bolt. Bolt looks to drive in, can't find anyone. We'll find Loomis. Loomis stops his dribble. Passes over to Zarkar. Mid-range shot will not fall. Rebounded by Martinez. As Grayslake Central has the ball back. Still doubling with it. Coleman was waving his hands. He gets the ball. Still look to drive in. He lofts one, and that will land for 2. Aaron Zarkar with the ball now. 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Give it to Loomis. Pass down low, goes out of bounds as it bounces off of one of the Grayslake Central players.
Pass was a little hard, looked like it was intended for Sarkar. And lucky for Barrington, it bounced off a Grayslake Central player.
Loomis will be the one that inbounds it. So give it over to Zarkar as that shot was blocked by Bolins. So Dummeling with it. Less than 4 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. Coleman looks. A little crossover action there, trying to find someone. Finding Bolins. Bolins to Coleman. The wing, nothing. They look to drive in. Nice little turnaround move as that was blocked by Loomis. And here comes Barrington. There's Zivic. Stops his dribble, drives in, misses. Looked like he wanted the foul, but nothing was called as Dylan Dumoulin will take it up for Grayslake Central. Dylan with his left. At the top, he'll look to drive in. The double coverage layup will not fall. That's rebounded by Nate Bolt. And Loomis will take it up. Over to Bolt. Over to Dylan Keenan. It's under the 3-minute mark here in the second quarter. Loomis lost it over to Zivac for 3. No good. Rebound by Hardy. He didn't even have to jump for that one. As Dummeling has it. Dummeling with it again after some fancy passes down to Coleman. Coleman for 3. Goes in and out. No good. Zivac with the rebound. So take control with it. We'll give it over to Loomis as a charge is called. It will be Zivac's first foul of the game.
We saw in that Grayslake Central, their last possession, that three-point shooting is going to kill them. They're down 12 and they need to find a way to get back, and they're not very good at shooting 3 points.
O'Gordon coming back in for Grayslake Central. He'll inbounds it to Dummeling. Bolins, Gordon, Hardy had it for a split second. Dummeling wide open 3, sets himself. That did not land. Coleman was wrapped up with one of the Barrington players as the fans wanted a foul, but nothing was charged. Now that is Gruzinski. Ball goes out of bounds, Grayslake ball. Less than 2 minutes remaining here in the second quarter. It's been all Barrington as they're up by 12 with a score of 20-8. Dummeling looking for something. Step back, stops his dribble, give it over to Bolins. Bolins back to Dummeling, over to Coleman. Dummeling tries to drive in, underhanded layup will fall. Nice athletic move there by Dummeling. Draw them between 10. Room over to Sarkar. Dylan Keenan now with it. The drive in. Turns around, gives it to Brzezinski from the corner. That will not fall. Switch between 2 games. A lot of 3s last game, not many this game. Dylan Dummeling will take it up. Tries to dribble in and can't. Bolins over to O'Gordon. O'Gordon will try. Puts a layup. That will fall, and he'll go for an and 1 chance.
Grayslake Central needs all the help they can get to get back into this game, and this and 1 can be a huge opportunity for them.
In comes Connor Keenan, he comes back in. Damian Zivac also comes back in for Nate Bolt and number 32, Will Gruzinski. So Gordon line up the line, trying to make it a 3-point play. And he does not. Rebounded by Connor Groom. So just hand it over to Zarkar. It's a fun player to watch. Gordon tries to play. Some tight defense, and Zarkar look to drive it in. Layup does not fall as a push is called.
Looked like Sarkar could have dragged in a little bit more and able to put that one up, but nevertheless he gets the free throw opportunities.
That was a Marion Coleman's second foul of the game. So now Grayslake has 6. Not that it really matters, but they're only away from the bonus, but there's only 45 seconds till halftime. Darren Zarkar will drain his second free throw of the day. He's got 6 points in the game. As Connor Keenan will leave, and Nate Bolt will come back. Zarkar on the line, looks to make his second, and he does. 45.9 seconds remaining here for Grayslake Central as that pass is easily intercepted by Dylan Keenan. Makes it a 12-point game. Grayslake looking, can't get having some trouble with Barrington's press defense, trying to find something, and they do, and O'Gordon is behind the arc. Less than 30 seconds now remaining here in the second quarter as Dumoulin has it. Down to 20. O'Gordon has it. He's right back to Dumoulin. We'll give it to Hardy. Hardy looks to drive in. Class shot deflected by Nate Bolt. Here comes Barrington. They're going to try for the last shot. As foul. And we have a custom heating and cooling replay of that block.
Only guy who can maybe go up against Grant Hardy there. Nate Bolt standing at 6'8", actually taller than Hardy. He's able to put.
Gordon from the corner at the buzzer. That does not fall. And that replay was sponsored by Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. We've played 2 quarters. Barrington leads Grayslake Central 24-12. Right back after this break.
To give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue. Always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
And welcome back to the Hinkle Holiday Classic Consolation A Championship game between Barrington and Grayslake Central. Barrington leads 24-12. Well, and don't forget, this game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today, and our friends at Rose and Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time. Shop online at roseandhyundai.com. Here's the buzzer. We're about a minute away from third quarter action here. Logan, France, and Patrick Carrion, myself, our final game of the tournament. Been a fun one. Barrington's came out to play. We've seen Dylan Keenan leading the team with 11 points. Logan, How's Grayslake been?
Not much scoring on the Grayslake Central side. Dylan Dumoulin leads with 7, and Maureen Coleman with 2, Zoe Martinez with 1, Griffin O'Gordon with 2, and that's all the scoring Grayslake Central's had in the first half. They need to turn it up if they want a chance here in the second.
All right, the starters are coming on in for the second half of action. Number 5, Damian Zivic of Barrington will start. Number 10, Aaron Sarkar. Number 15, Connor Groom. Number 30, Dylan Keenan. And number 34, Connor Keenan.
And for Grayslake Central, number 3, Dylan Dumoulin. Number 14, Daniel Rogers. Number 20, Maureen Coleman. Number 23, Ethan Bolins. And number 25, Grant Hardy.
Dylan Dumoulin will take it up for Grayslake as their first possession. It's Bolins. Bolins down to Rogers. Coleman for 2, and that'll good. That'll fall. That's what you want to see from Grayslake Central. Struggling to put points together last half. Coleman only having 2 the whole half and gets his first 2 of the second. Sarkar gives it to Zivac. Zivac looked to 3, decided not to. Takes the mid-ranger instead. Net will not fall. It's rebounded by Daniel Rogers. Dylan Dumoulin with it. We'll take a shot, and that will fall for 2. Grayslake Central looking like a completely different team out of half than what we saw last half. They just didn't really look quite like themselves.
They look a lot more energetic, and they look a lot more motivated.
Sarkar will throw it over to Broom. Sarkar to Zivic down low, and it'll go in for 2. Dumoulin will take it. Less than 7 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Bolins. Over to Dumoulin. Go over to Coleman. Mid-ranger. That will fall for 2. That's Aaron Sarkar. Gives it to Groom. Groom to Zivic. Stops his dribble. Will float it back out to Dylan Keenan, the leading scorer of this Barrington team. Drives in with his rep as a blocking foul is called. As there's a cry from the crowd that yells, "Hey ref, put your glasses back on." Oh, and Broom saves the ball from going out of bounds. So we'll give it to Dylan Keenan. Looking to drive in. It's a down low to Groom. Wild pass. Give it to Zivic instead. Zivic looks to drive in. Instead, pass it, and it's just intercepted by Daniel Rogers. Ethan Bolins. Dumoulin with it. So Rogers to Coleman. Coleman's been hot as a blocking foul is charged to Barrington. That's Damian Zivac. He's got 2 fouls in the game. Rogers. It's the Bolins. Short range shot. That'll fall in for 2.
Already 8 points this quarter for Grayslake Central. They look completely different than they did to start the first.
Barrington's only leading by 6 now. Dylan Keenan looked at the 3, tried faking out Rogers, but he fails. He drives it himself. Underhanded layup will roll in for 2, though. It's his first 2 points of the quarter. Dumoulin with it. Pass over to Coleman. Coleman lofts up to Hardy. Hardy turns around. Wild-looking shot does not fall. Barrington ball, and that'll be Dylan Keenan taking it up. Zivac turn around, loses dribble, recovered by Rogers of Grayslake Central, and here comes Dumoulin. Between the legs, looks to throw it, lofts it over to Hardy. Hardy back to Dumoulin. Look to drive in. Will fade it back. It's off the back part of the rim. It does not fall as Dylan Keenan will take the rebound and he'll take it up. Set over to Zivac. Zivac to Sarkar. Over to Groom. Zivac for 3. Missed entirely. So loft it back out to Zivac. Back to Dylan Keenan. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. Game's flying by. Sarkar to Zivac. No crossover. Stops his dribble. floats it back out to Keenan. Keenan to Keenan, over to Groom. Back to Keenan. So go back, less than 4 minutes now. Crossover, gives it over to Connor Keenan. Keenan brothers exchanging passes. To Groom. Groom looks to dribble in as a carry is called for a long possession. A costly turnover for Barrington, gets the ball right back to Grayslake Central.
They were trying to generate there. They just couldn't do anything about it. They were passing all over the place, trying to drive in, and no lanes were open for them.
And this timeout is sponsored by our good friend Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. Well, Logan, 3 minutes, 36 seconds remaining in the third quarter. If you're Barrington, how do you find a way to stop Grayslake?
I think you got to go back to what was working in the first. Try and find Zivak for whatever. Dylan Keenan has 13 points in the game. Maybe you try and get him going again. Or, yes, Dylan Keenan. I want to make sure I had the right brother there. Dylan Keenan, 13 points. Maybe you try and get him going. You got to start something, though. Grayslake Central already has 8 points in this third quarter, and they're not letting up anytime soon.
All right, you heard it from our expert, Logan Franz, in the booth with me.
You're too kind, truly.
Bolins gets way up in the air. Bunch of crazy tips and passes and goes out of bounds. Grayslake will keep possession of the ball as Connor Groom tried to save it but was a bit too late. Tiffany is the inbounder. He's back in the game. Gives it to Dummeling. Dummeling immediately double teamed. Gets it to Coleman. Coleman will find Bolins. Bolins back to Dummeling as they beat the press. Here comes Hardy. He drives in for a layup. That fails. As Barrington has possession of the ball again. That's Zivak. Zivak looks to go. Draws the penalty. And it will be a shooting foul. And Zivak will go down for 2 free throws.
Barrington, a very good team from the line this tournament, and that's something they can use to try and get their momentum back in their favor and kind of regain what they had before the first half ended.
And what I've seen so far in this Barrington team is they've been quite conservative with their fouls. I mean, we saw them with Streamwood in the 23rd, and they were just fouling all over the place.
They definitely
And
cleaned that up.
you look at the team now, I mean, they very rarely have fouled. Zivak will make his second. That's his 8th point of the game. 30-20 with 3 minutes and 13 seconds remaining in the game. Tiffany will pass it to Hardy. In the press coverage, Coleman has it. He's double teamed. Gives it right to Tiffany. Finds Bolins. Wild pass to Dummeling. Will take control of it. So look to drive in. Passes a bounce pass to Hardy. Tiffany to Bolins for 3. That will not fall. Good rebound by Tiffany as he looks to put it back up, and he does make it, and it will be an and one chance. Look for a 3-point play to put Grayslake Central within 7.
Grayslake Central's been switching this offense. It's kind of deep passes and moving that way down the court, and I think you're going to see a lot of that with what Barrington has put on their defense. We saw Crystal Lake South do it with Jefferson last night, and it looks like Grayslake Central is doing something similar.
Barrington in control of it now. It's Dylan Keenan taking it up. Keenan turns around. To give it down low to Sarkar, and he'll get the and one.
Nice pass there by Keenan to set up Sarkar. He kind of went underneath the Grayslake defender that was in front of him. Managed to set Sarkar up, actually.
That puts Barrington back up by 10 again. Zarkar's shot hits the front of the rim, lands right in the hands of Marion Coleman of Grayslake Central. So he'll just dish it off to Dummeling. Dummeling over to Tiffany. to Gordon, who's back in. It's it back to Dumoulin. Back to Coleman. Coleman looks to drive in. He does. Little floater that does not fall. Barrington has the ball. Sivak with it. Lofted over to Dylan Keenan. Crosses over, looks to drive, doesn't. Bounce passes it to Zivic. Zivic looks to drive in, he does. Nice little layup action there for two. That's his 6th point of the third quarter. And a kickball goes out of bounds. While we have time here, we're going to do a quick little apology for all you viewers out there. The score, we're having some trouble putting the score back up. So I'll be relaying information to you as Barrington's up 34-22. Dylan Dumoulin with it. Minute 45 remaining. Pass over to Coleman. Coleman dribbling in with his left, stops, floats it over to Dumoulin. We'll find Gordon. Gordon down to Tiffany. To Hardy. Short range shot, misses the rim entirely. Rebounded by Tiffany. He misses the easy putback. So it'll land right in the hands of Damian Zivic. About a minute and a half remaining here in the third quarter. Barrington up by 12 as a pass down low to Connor Keenan will fall in for his first 2 points of the game.
It's that Keenan to Keenan connection. Dylan found his brother Connor underneath, set it right up for him.
It's like a quick game of family basketball out in the driveway. As the shot by Tiffany for 3, and that will land. That's his first 3 of the game. As a timeout is called. And this timeout is sponsored by Custom Heating. For all of your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. Less than a minute left in the third quarter here. Logan, what does Grayslake need to do in this game? 'Cause, I mean, they've struggled. They started out hot. They kind of grown cold in the last 3 or 4 minutes of the game.
They need to start getting the ball back to the people who are making plays. Marion Coleman's made a couple plays. Tyler Tiffany just had that big 3. So they need to get the ball to their playmakers. We saw Jefferson yesterday. They were down by 16 and managed to come all the way back in the fourth quarter. I think we're going to have to see something like that. They'll need to play dominant basketball if they want to come back in the fourth.
You know, I can see Grayslake trying to do what Barrington's doing with their defense, trying to go for the press. I mean, we keep talking about this Jefferson game, but they capitalize on the press, and we'll see if Grayslake can try to instill that defense. If that works, they can try to get Barrington to turn over the ball and maybe find a way to just claw back in as they're down 11.
Need to do something. It worked for Jefferson yesterday where they implemented that press defense and Crystal Lake South had no answer for it. So they could try that, but ultimately if you're Grayslake Central, you need to score more points. You're missing on easy opportunities and you're not taking advantage. You need to be able to do that if you want to win this game.
All right, Loomis will pass it in to Damian Zivic. Zivic with the ball. Less than a minute now remaining in the third quarter. Zivic gets pressed. Hard coverage by Hardy. The ball falls, and Bolin saves him from going out of bounds. Oh, Gordon had a shot at 3, doesn't go. Instead drives in, and the right-handed layup will fall. Only a 9-point lead for Barrington now. And Sarkar will take it. Dribbling by the Golden Eagle. Pass it over to Zivic. Less than 30 seconds now in the third quarter. Sarkar with control of the ball again. So give it over to Gruzinski. Will Gruzinski's back in for Barrington. Give it back to Zivic. Zivic holding it for the final shot of the third quarter. Crosses over a bit, looks to drive in. Takes the mid-ranger. Instead, pass it down low to Gruzinski, and that fails as the ball just lays on the ground for the final couple seconds of that third quarter. We've played 3. Barrington leads 36-27. We'll be right back after the break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, 'cause I don't trust, but I don't need your word on what I meant.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
Welcome back to the Hinkle Holiday Classic. I'm Patrick here, and alongside me is my good friend Logan Franz. We're strolling into the fourth quarter here. Barrington with a comfortable 9-point lead. Now, this by no means is any lead that can't be beat. We saw Jefferson a couple days ago, but Grayslake hasn't exactly shown up yet. We'll see what they do coming into this fourth quarter, and this fourth quarter is sponsored by Rose and Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at roseandhyundai.com. We're going to go through some quick little point totals here. Damian Zivic has 10 on the game, Aaron Zarkar with 9, Connor Groom with 2, and Dylan Keenan is the leading scorer for Barrington. And don't forget that this game is brought to you by our season sponsor, the Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Well, Logan, what's some totals for Grayslake? And who's definitely been the player for them? The answer, really.
Dylan Dumanlang has been the guy for them. He has 9 points in this game. Not a lot of scoring otherwise. Marion Coleman and Griffin O'Gordon both have 6. Tiffany has 5, and Ethan Bolins has 2 points.
This is the Consolation A championship game. Logan and I's final game of the day as Zivac will look to drive in, hits off the front of the rim, right into the hands of Daniel Rogers, who's been quite quiet for this Barrington team. And wide open is Bolins. He'll take the 3, and he'll make it. Only a 6-point game now. Dylan Keenan with the ball. So we'll do a step back, gives it down low to Loomis as a foul is called, and a and 1. It's Loomis's first 2 points in the game. Going to come in a more convenient time.
It's not a foul you want to take if you're Grayslake Central. You need every point you can get, and you need to limit any possible points that Barrington can get. This puts you in a deeper hole.
7 minutes and 24 seconds left. Loomis on the line. And he'll miss his free throw. Civic tried to float it back to him, but lands right in the hands of number 10, Colin O'Gordon, as Dumoulin will take it right back up for Grayslake. Crosses over, gives it to Rogers. Rogers to O'Gordon. O'Gordon, the shot, misses, or hits the side part of the rim. Shot by Tiffany, not very good there. A little off target as Barrington has the ball now. Connor Groom, give it over to Loomis. Loomis to Keenan down low, and a foul is called, and will send Connor Keenan to the line. He's only got 2 points in the game so far. We're sitting around that 6-minute and 52-second mark. 8-point lead for Barrington. Connor Keenan makes his first. Grant Hardy comes back in for Grayslake. Keenan's second will also fall. Back to a 10-point lead. Barrington playing that press defense, trying to capitalize on a turnover. Martinez will pass it to Dumoulin. Excuse me, that was Rogers. Over to Tiffany. Tiffany looks to drive. The layup hits the back part of the side part of the backboard. Barrington ball. Sarkar. He looks to set up an offense. Gives it right back to Dylan Keenan. Keenan looks to drive in. Hands it off to Groom. Groom's shot hits off the back part of the rim. Easy rebound for Grant Hardy. Dumoulin has it. As a foul is called. It's foul on Connor Groom. That's his second of the game. Team's third of the half.
Mostly clean baseball, or basketball, I'm sorry, from both teams here.
Marion
few fouls.
Coleman over to Bolins. And a timeout is called by Grayslake Central. This timeout is sponsored by your friend and mine, Tom the Plumber. Tom the Plumber, Inc. is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumberinc.com. About 6 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter. A 10-point lead for Barrington. What does Barrington need to keep doing to keep this lead intact?
Need to keep doing what they're doing. They've been playing pretty well throughout the start of this fourth here. They just need to get it done.
And it's also sponsored by Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time. Shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Now, Barrington has 4 points total in the fourth quarter so far. It's been Loomis has a couple, 2 points. Connor Keenan capitalized on a shooting foul, making both of his 2 free throws. Now, Grayslake Central pass the ball. It's Dummeling. Give it over to Rogers. Over to Bolins with Dummeling. Then looks to dribble in with his right. And an offensive foul is a push by Dummeling. It will give the ball right back to Barrington.
Groom may have embellished that a little bit. It didn't look like he got pushed too hard by Dumoulin, but good on him to draw the foul and give his team the ball.
Aaron Zarkar will take the ball off for Barrington. Sits at the Golden Eagle. Gives it right to Dylan Keenan. Keenan, pass almost lost as it's on, tied up on the ball. A jump ball will be Grayslake Central ball.
Bungled handoff there. Dylan Keenan tried to hand it off to Connor Groom, number 15 there, and he just mishandled it and ball ended up loose.
Daniel Rogers will be the one to pass it in. He's looking. Finds a man in Ethan Bolins. Bolins will pass to Dummeling. Good press defense here by Barrington. It's Marion Coleman and a lane to go over to half court line, decides not to. The ball is stolen by Groom. He'll put it up for a layup, and he'll get a shooting foul, and he'll go to the line for 2.
What's going to happen when you play that press defense if you're Barrington? You're going to get those turnovers and get those opportunities there. Now, I didn't capitalize on that one, being managed to draw a foul and get a couple free throw chances.
Groom has not been on the line yet. He's got 2 points total. His 2 points coming from the first quarter of the game. This will make his first free throw. And he'll make a second. Coming up after this one is the third place game. And after that, the championship third place between Jefferson and Jacobs High School. Grayslake Central has it. Dummeling gets down low to Hardy as a foul is called, and then they'll get the and one chance. Hardy's on the line. He'll miss that. Only a 2-point play. Covered by Barrington. Here comes Zivic. Zivic coming in with his right. Looks to drive in. This is over to Dylan Keenan, the leading scorer of this Barrington team. He'll drive in. Left-handed layup does not go, and he'll fall, but no foul as Dummeling will take it back up. Less than 5 minutes remaining as a foul is called on Barrington, it seems. Grayslake will loft it over to Hardy. Hardy looks to drive in. He'll put it up. No good. Nice bit of passing there by Connor Keenan to give it over to Dylan Keenan before he passes it over to Zarkar. Zarkar will look to drive in. He's guarded by Coleman. Pass deflected, goes out of bounds, off on Connor Groom. It's Grayslake Central ball.
Grayslake Central needs to get something going here fast. They have a 10-point deficit with only 4 minutes left to play. They've got to start playing some offense.
Dummeling lost it over to Bolins for 3, and that one will fall.
That's what I was talking about.
It's back to a 7-point game. Sarkar with it now for Barrington. He'll pass it over to Groom. Groom to Dylan Keenan. He looks to drive in. Nice pass to his brother for 2. Good bounce pass down low to Connor Keenan. Makes it back to a 9-point game. Pass across to Rogers. Rogers lofts it over to Hardy. Hardy just kind of volleyball slaps it over to Dumoulin. That will not fall. That's a rebound by Bolins. Rogers with it. Back to Dumoulin. He looks to drive in. So loft it over to Bolins. Bolins for 3 from the corner. No good. Too short. Recovered by Barrington. Sarkar with it. Looks to get past Bolins, and he does, and he'll sit back at the Golden Eagle. 3.5 minutes remaining. Sarkar with the ball. Little crossover. Give it over to Dylan Keenan. Looks to dribble. He's guarded by Hardy. And Sarkar is with it. 3:15 remaining in the game. Sarkar looks, gives it over to Connor Keenan. Keenan drives in. Easy layup. That's his 6th point of the quarter. Dumoulin with it. Less than 3 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter. We'll pass it over to Coleman. Coleman over to Bolins. Bolins to Rogers. Rogers to Coleman. Coleman looks to drive in as a push foul is called. And it's on Damian Zivic. That's his 3rd foul. 1 foul away from putting Grayslake Central into the bonus. Dumoulin has it. He looks to drive in. Passes it over to Rogers. Hits off the back of the rim. No good. As Zivic has the ball now. Guarded by Rogers. Tries to throw it to Dylan Keenan, but Keenan wasn't paying attention. Barrington's coach, angry, kind of throws the ball on the ground for a second there out of frustration before handing it off to the ref. Dumoulin has it. Less than 2.5 minutes remaining here in the Consolation A Championship. Bolins back to Dumoulin. Looks to get past Dylan Keenan. Fades. Hits off the glass, no good. Recovered by Rogers as a foul is called. And it will lead to a 1-and-1 chance as Barrington is in the singular bonus, which means you automatically get a shot at 1 free throw. If you make it, you get a shot at the 2nd. If you don't, it's a live ball. Connor Groom on the line. He made 2 free throws earlier in the 4th quarter. As he will make his first, rewarded with a 2nd chance and 2nd free throw.
Barrington starting to seal the deal here. Up 12 with 2 minutes left. This might be looking to get a little bit out of Grayslake Central's reach.
As they'll make the 2nd. It's now a 13-point lead. As a timeout is called. And this timeout is sponsored by Custom Heating. For all of your heating or cooling needs, count on Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant. Whatever it takes. Well, Logan, with 2 minutes and 7 seconds remaining here, Grayslake down 13. What should be the game plan for Grayslake Central?
I would say 3-point shots, but they've been struggling on that all day. So I think you need to find a way to get it going underneath. Although you're going to need a lot if you're trying to get underneath. I think they have to try and rely on the threes, even though it hasn't been very successful for them the entire game.
There's our insight from our expert analysts in the booth here, both on our final game of the tournament and our final game of the year. It's been a fun ride. I had some fun calling some games here. I mean, Logan had his first shot at play-by-play in his young career. I mean, it's been a fun 3 days we've been here. I'll tell you that.
What a better way to start than getting to call a 16-point comeback by the Jefferson Jayhawks last night.
And I had my start here I was play-by-play back in 2017. I mean, excuse me, I was color. Called, I think, three days. 9 games color, I think, was my first job here at the tournament. My second was last year. Called 2 days straight, back-to-back, 4 games in a row. Play-by-play. It was a lot of fun. I mean, it's a lot of fun to spend days after Christmas here, a couple of days before as well, as Coleman looks to pass it over to Bolins. And Bolins tried to find Rogers down low, but missed as it will go out of bounds. Barrington has the ball, 13-point lead, less than 2 minutes remaining. Dylan Keenan will be the inbounder. So throw it down to Sarkar. Sarkar somehow caught it, but a travel is called. He caught it behind the head of a Marion Coleman. Quite the weird looking catch there, but I mean, you gotta respect the athleticism there.
Whatever works, he just wasn't able to put it back up.
Rogers will pass it to Dumalong, actually. Gordon has the control of it. We'll give it to Bolins. Bolins to Dumalong. So Rogers, tiny arc for 3, too hard as it will go off, and the ball is lost by Barrington, recovered by Grayslake Central, and that's Bolins. He's got it, and he'll float it over to Rogers. Rogers back to Bolins. Gordon had his hands open. He was open from behind the arc, but decided not to go through with it as Connor Groom breaks up the pass.
I want to go back to that play that kept the ball in bounds. Dylan Dumoulin was hustling down the court to keep that one in bounds, and he managed to get a hand on it. Good play by Dylan Dumoulin, Grayslake Central.
Dumoulin has it. We'll try to loft it to O'Gordon. O'Gordon keeps the play alive by giving it to Hardy. Hardy over to Bolins for 3. He's shown he can make some, but he can't make that as a foul is called. It looked to be Daniel Rogers was grabbing onto a Barrington player to try to get some kind of leverage to get the rebound. As Dylan Keenan will go to the line for Barrington. Minute 15 seconds remaining. Dylan Keenan has made 2 free throws on the day so far, as he will be in the 1-and-1, and he misses that one. Rebounded by Grant Hardy. As Marion Coleman will take it up, dribbling with his left, tries to dribble in, cannot. Hardy tried to throw it back as the jump ball is called. It will be Grayslake Central ball as the arrow points towards their side. Excuse me, that's Barrington ball. As Dylan Keenan will loft it down to Groom. Groom almost got mugged by Dumalong as Tiffany will intentionally foul Groom and send him to the line.
Don't know what exactly Grayslake Central is hoping to accomplish. They got 58 seconds left and down by 13. I don't think any amount of fouls are going to keep you out of this one. Keep you in this one.
It's been done before, but I don't. From what I've seen from this Grayslake Central team, I don't see it happening. As Groom's first free throw will bounce around a bit. They're in the double bonus, Barrington, so they're always going to have a shot for 2 free throws. Groom lines up for a second. Shoots it. That one also does not go in. Hardy gets the rebound. Dumoulin has it. Pass intended for O'Gordon. Deflected by Groom as it'll go out of bounds. It'll stay on that side of the court. Grayslake ball. 53 seconds remaining in the 4th quarter in the Constellation A championship. Pass goes to O'Gordon. Hits off the foot of Dylan Keenan. Will go out of bounds. Over to Grant Hardy. Hardy over to Bolins for 3. That does not fall. Coleman try to get the rebound. Can't. That's Sarkar over to Zivic. Less than 40 seconds remaining here in the 4th quarter. 13-point lead for Barrington. I guess you can say this game is as good as done. As Dylan Keenan has the ball. Give it over to Zarkar. Zarkar over to Groom. Groom to Dylan Keenan again. To Zarkar. Down low to Connor Keenan. Back to Sarkar. Coleman takes the ball. It's a steal. Looks for Hardy. Hardy wasn't paying attention. as Dumoulin has. We're down to our final 15 seconds of the game. Dumoulin tries to drive in. He'll draw the foul. So go to the line for a 2.2 free throw play here, shooting foul. 11 seconds remaining in the game.
Good day here for Dumoulin, probably the best player on Grayslake Central. Has 9 points on the day today. Just couldn't get much going offensively with this team.
Dumoulin's first will not fall. 11 seconds. Gordon leaves. Tiffany comes back. Our final 11 seconds of the tournament, Logan. It's been fun. It's been a lot of fun.
It's been one heck of a ride.
Dumoulin lines up for his second. He won't make that one. As Dylan Keenan gets the rebound, looks like Barrington is going to try to stay back. Nope, gives it to Zivic. As we count down from 4 in a final game we'll be calling in the tournament. Final score of the game. Barrington wins the Consolation A championship by a score of 48-35. We will have a post-game interview with Dylan Keenan of Barrington after this short break.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into. Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
What makes me most proud of our restaurants is our people. Our people who come in and work for us every single day. We try to create an atmosphere of family, an atmosphere of warmth, and an atmosphere of compassion.
Ooh, they think I've got no reason to give myself a right to share what I believe in. Ooh, they say I've got an issue, always on the edge, cause I don't trust. But I don't need your word on what I'm into.
Hi, welcome to the Bear Family McDonald's. Thank you.
I'm Patrick Carrion with the Hinkle Holiday Classic. I'm alongside Dylan Keenan of Barrington. Scored 13 points in the game. How did it feel?
Felt great. My goal going forward is just to try to keep getting my teammates involved, and we're winning games, and that's the goal going forward.
You guys come out on top of the Consolation A championship. How do you look to carry this momentum into the rest of the season?
I'm just trying to get my teammates involved, and I feel that everybody's contributing, and if we keep getting these performances from the other guys, that we'll keep winning.
All right, good game.
Thank you.
Have a nice rest of your break, and see you probably rest of the season as well. And with that, I'm going to thank all the hardworking men and women who put this broadcast together and the whole broadcast is together. As for me and Logan France, this is our final game of the tournament. It has been a pleasure delivering you guys content and calling the last 9 games I think we've done in the tournament. Is that right, Logan? Yeah, he's over on the side over here. 9 games, a lot of fun. Coming up next with you guys is the 3rd place game between Jefferson and Jacobs High School. After that is the championship, so stay tuned. And for the final time, for Logan France and myself, Patrick Carrion, we're going to send it over to the professionals to call the rest of the game. It's been a pleasure, and goodbye.
The following sports broadcast made possible by support from the following. The Bear Family McDonald's, proud supporters of our community since 1967. Stop by one of their 30 area McDonald's restaurants today. Custom Heating and Cooling of Chicagoland, featuring sales, installation, and 24-hour emergency service. Find them online at customheating.com. Custom Heating and Cooling, powered by Bryant, whatever it takes. Rosen Hyundai of Algonquin. Looking for a brand new Hyundai or certified pre-owned? Save time, shop online at rosenhyundai.com. Tom the Plumber is a family-owned and operated company committed to providing plumbing service and installations of the highest quality and craftsmanship. Tom the Plumber, honest and affordable. Visit Tom online at tomtheplumber.inc.com. And Daryl Barnes Photography for all your photographic needs. Senior portraits, family portraits, sports, and more. Visit Daryl online at darylbarnes.com.